A three-judge bench of the Supreme Court led by Justice Arun Mishra will today analyze if the four telecom companies, namely Reliance Communications, Videocon, Aircel and Sistema Shyam Teleservices, are faking insolvency to avoid paying adjusted gross revenue dues worth Rs 40,000 crores. On the last date of hearing on the 20th of July, the top court had asked the Department of Telecommunications to provide financial details of telecom companies currently under insolvency. The court will examine bona fides of these telecom companies which have large unpaid AGR dues. The court had observed that there is a need to ensure that the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code is not being misused by telecom companies to escape liabilities, and the court will determine whether these companies were genuinely facing a financial crisis or they were faking insolvency by misusing the IBC. The top court ruling is awaited on how much time would be given to telecom companies to pay AGR dues after the top court had last year ruled on the 24th of October that telecom companies had to pay AGR dues to DOT. According to DOT's definition, only partial payments were made, after which telecom companies were warned that contempt action might be initiated against them, post which telecom companies have been seeking a 20-year timeline before the top court. In the last date of hearing, the court had observed that attempts were being made by telecom companies to wriggle out of AGR liabilities, and they were trying to play a second innings of litigation which the court made clear would not be allowed. The court had observed that country's revenue needs to be protected and had urged senior counsels appearing for telecom companies to think about the country's revenue and the larger picture, after which Vodafone Idea and Bharti Airtel had scaled down their demand for a 20-year timeline to a 15-year timeline, which again did not seem palatable to the top court. Also, the Solicitor General appearing for the Department of Telecommunications had submitted that no relief in payment timeline may trigger massive insolvencies and bankruptcies in the telecom sector, something which even the government wanted to avoid, and he opined that the spectrum available with telecom companies can be used as a security, after which even telecom companies had supported this demand, but it remains to be seen till what extent the court is going to agree to this demand. And of course, today's hearing is essential from the point of view whether telecom companies currently under liquidation or bankruptcy would remain in that state as of now, since the court is going to determine whether their financial details were being faked or not, since over 40,000 crore rupees are at stake as far as unpaid AGR dues from telecom companies under liquidation is concerned. And if at all they remain under liquidation, the government stands to lose around 40,000 crores of revenue in form of AGR dues. Also, it remains to be seen when the court is going to rule on the time the telecom companies will get to pay AGR dues, something which is going to determine not only the health of telecom companies but even the existence of many.